Folks, today I would like to talk to you about this everlasting problem of suffering, human suffering, and its solution. This experience of suffering and solution to the suffering is everlasting and it evades every theory of religion that people know. So I would like to talk about the solution to this suffering today. And those of you who don't know me, I'm a retired computer science professor and researcher living in the United States. And I had a very strange, unusual spiritual experience when I was 31 in India. And ever since, I had several uninvited spiritual experiences, which you can call a Turiya state. And all my talks are based on those experiences and living as a normal human being in this waking state, not as a monk, not as a sannyasi, just a normal family man. So, after this brief introduction, which I thought I will give almost every recent videos, because as soon as people see this unknown face, not looking like a Swamiji or a sannyasi, um, just a normal family man talking about various religions and Turiya state, they switch off. Probably they may switch off this video. So that's why right at the beginning, recently, I've been giving a very small introduction to who I am. Okay, let's now go to this topic of suffering and solution. All the religions use this law of karma, which says you do good action, then you get some credit or punya, and then result is happiness. You do bad action, evil action, you will get you will get or you are adding to your credit negatively by your action of papa or whatever, and then result is suffering. And the solution to this, they say, is Turiya state. The Turiya, what they call, offers a solution to all this human appearance and making state, etc. They quote Upanishads, Mandukya Upanishad, whatever, I never read any of them. And they quote Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. But what is missing is their own, whoever is preaching this, their own experience. Did they go to the Turiya state and provide the answer to this so everlasting question of suffering and a solution? No. That's why those folks are unable to go to the root of the problem. They always say that in future, when you leave this human body, or when you reach the state of Atman, Paramatman, etc., then the suffering will be over. Just like when you wake up from the dream of suffering in dream state, that suffering is over. Same way, you have to wake up from this suffering in the waking consciousness into the Turiya state, and then your suffering will be over. That's in general the solution of all this religion. People can call this Turiya state as a heaven, moksha, kaivalya, whatever, but that is something in future. Which is unreal, unreachable for almost all of the folks here. A Vedantic teacher I heard in one of his videos is saying that all Eastern religions are based on this law of karma, and their solution is this everlasting Brahman in some future state. But I would like to offer you a solution right now at this state of waking or wakeful state. I talked about this already, but I would like to represent that in this light of law of karma, Turiya state, etc., etc. All the theories offered by the religions. Now let's take a specific example. Something is happening at present. Either you like it or you don't like it. If you like it, you want to hold on to it. And if you don't like it, you want to get rid of it. In both cases, you are not one with what happened in the present. You are fighting it. What is a fact is whatever happened in the present. Present is the fact. And if you resist one way or other, either by holding on to or trying to avoid it, it is a resistance. In other words, you are not changing, but there is a change in front of you all the time. It is this difference between the changing thing that in front of you and the non-changing one inside you, which is causing suffering. What is the solution? Be one with that change. In normal terminology, what it means is accept the fact, never fight it. You cannot fight the fact. What is not accepting the fact is the past and the future. What is the past that is resisting this change? All the things that you have heard from the books, religions, etc. A small child doesn't have this theory of karma or turiya state and all. It lives in present. If there is something hurting, cries. And then that is gone. The next moment is fresh. But you will say that I'm not a child, I have grown up. So in my current state, what is the solution? As I said, it is this past which is resisting the present. Not only the past, the hope of the future, the hope of heaven, the hope of Turiya state, becoming Atman or Paramatman or whatever. Both the past and the future hope are resisting to be one with the present. It is this resistance which is causing the suffering. Solution is to be one with the present, not in the future of a Turiya state, right at this moment in the waking state. What is left as karma or vasana in the universal mind that human beings are talking about is this resistance. The resistance, the experience of resisting the present. This resistance is left as vasanas. In essence, whatever be the suffering, specific suffering, it is in essence the resistance. It is this resistance that is left as vasanas in the mind, human mind, which is picked up, as I said, by another instance of being a human being or an animal being. So, how can I live in the present by being one with the present? How can I stop resisting it? It is for this reason you need to experience the Turiya state, not for understanding the Atman, Paramatman, etc., but to experience this oneness. But right in the present, you can experience this Turiya state not by doing the tapas or sitting in meditation, etc., but right in this waking state, you can attain the Turiya state by accepting one small principle, and that is you cannot fight the fact. Whatever is in the present is a fact, you cannot fight it. For many of you, this may be a big thing, not a small thing, as I was alluding to a moment ago. But if you are resisting, then there will be always suffering. What happens is that if somebody offers an easy solution and ask you to escape the present by offering the hope of the future. In future, if you reach the Turiya state, the suffering will be over, etc., etc. If you fall into the trap of escaping to the future being a state of no suffering, you will never reach the Turiya state offered by all the Vedantists. It is right at this moment by accepting the fact that present is the reality and being one with it. Of course, as I said in one of my earlier videos, if you are troubled by something, do something right at this moment to change it. It is the only time that you can change is this right at this present moment. You can plan for the future, but when the future arrives, do that action, and whatever happens at that point, accept it, because that's a fact. You accept it. If you want to change it, again plan for that change, perform that action according to a plan, and when the future arrives as a present, and again accept that whatever happens at that point. This is not a static thing. It is being one with the present is not a static thing. Like once you are one with that present, once you accept the present, you are not guaranteed that in future you will automatically accept that present, the new present. It is dynamic. So you cannot hold on to the fact that I am one with this present, so I will be one with the present forever. No, it doesn't work that way. Whenever the future becomes the present, you accept that present. It is a dynamic being one with the present. Then automatically you will be in the Turiya state. There will be no suffering. Not in the future, but right at this moment. When you do that, what the Vedantists and others, all religions present in future, that is being in Turiya state, will be right here at the present moment. And there you will experience that what people call Atman, Paramatman, Adi Shiva, Adi Shakti, everything changes. As I said in one of my earlier videos, the initial being that comes out of the darkness also says it will die. It's not a permanent thing. It will also be nowhere at one point. When the whole creation is dissolved, everything will be destroyed. The state of being one with the present, or you, the witness, being one with the witnessed, is what I called the state of Ardhanariswara. It's just a terminology, just a name, but it refers to the state of the witness being one with the witnessed, the so-called Adi Shiva being one with Adi Shakti. And at that point, suffering ends. There is no suffering. In fact, there is not only suffering, there is no experiencer and experienced, but there is something beyond that. But I don't want to offer that state of beyond as a hope or as a motivation to become one with it. As far as you are concerned, the one who is suffering, what is real is the suffering. The real solution to suffering is to be one with the present, that witnessed. That is the solution. Not with the hope of attaining something, but ending the past as well as the future, which is the hope, right at this moment. Well, folks, that is the only solution to suffering.